Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining in. It's me, Thom, and the hand belongs to Todd.
Howdy.
How you doing this morning, Todd?
I'm pretty good.
Good.
What's going on? Thursday morning.
Yeah. Right now it's kind of overcast here.
Overclassed?
Overcast. Yeah, overcast. It's kind of dreary like. Good morning, Mr. Bumcrack. Good morning, Beard. I guess you're still on the road this morning. I saw a picture of your lovely bride on Instagram yesterday, and she's looking lovely. What is she doing with you? Good morning, Lag. So the boss lady had to go to the office today. She's got to go 3 days a week, and she had a doctor's appointment yesterday, so she didn't go in yesterday. So she went in bright and early this morning. But I think she's going to leave about 1 and come home and work the rest of the day at home. So what's been up with you since we last saw each other yesterday afternoon or yesterday morning, Todd?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Same old. I tested a bunch of remotes I need to get listed.
Well, good.
Got out and mowed the yard yesterday after the show. Man, it was tall.
Was it real hot outside?
Not too bad. I just didn't know how I was going to handle it. Still doing some coughing from COVID, but I made it through. I still use a push mower, self-propelled, but
Oh, sorry, I flipped over to the YouTube channel and I didn't have a stream, so I was just checking to see what was going on. Well, you're probably gonna have a cough for a while now because it took me forever to get rid of my cough. Good morning, Brenda.
I still sound bad.
It takes a while to get over that mess.
Yeah, I'm tired of it. It's almost part of my lifestyle now, gotta wake up, I wear a CPAP to sleep with, and it's got a steady supply of moist air going in.
Right.
So I wake up just completely clogged everywhere that air goes. Except for my asshole. Whenever I get air up my asshole, it didn't clog that bad, but I mean, lungs and throat and sinus and nose, and it takes it takes me like 2 or 3 hours to get all that crap completely blown out.
His sons live about an hour or so away, don't they?
Yeah, they live up.
Like says if you have a basement, he can help. Todd wasn't so cheap he'd get a lawn service coming here. They'd be in and out of there in 20 minutes. Well, I have a son that does my grass.
And also yesterday I had to clean the chlorine generator.
Right.
It's got like a bunch of bars or a bunch of metal slats in it.
Right.
They get caked up with like kind of like your shower head gets that white crusty stuff on it,
Right.
calcium or whatever it is. And about once every 6 weeks or so, you have to disassemble that part that does that and put it in a tub of water and then pour some uriatic acid in it to clear off all that crud so that the salt generator will work.
Right.
So the pool hasn't been completely clear for a couple of days. Again, because of COVID, I really felt like going out.
Todd, you walked away from your mic.
What? Did I go mute?
You just sound like you were riding off into the sunset. You started getting softer and softer and softer, and you're kind of soft anyway. Can y'all hear him? Okay,
I
out in
can
the
hear
audience.
me fine.
That sounds better now.
You're having trouble hearing me, huh?
Yeah, I was.
I think that's just your old man ears.
It could be.
What else I get done yesterday?
Can't you? I'm telling you two, I am really had enough with y'all this morning. Y'all on my last nerve. Sorry, fussing at the kids. um, Lag wants to know if you can't your staff handle that, Todd.
Yeah, I must have. Because I'm so rich.
Y'all know that's just a backdrop, just a set, don't you? That's that's like in a big walk-in closet in his mansion, because you know everybody in Texas lives in mansions. Um, so I was looking at my messages from eBay, and am getting I can get 3 free express payments if I sign up, and then it's a dollar. It's 1.5% of the payout, and what that does is gives you a payout in 30 minutes. Has anybody signed up for that? Good morning, Beth. Has anybody signed up for express payments, or do they use express payments?
I don't know why you'd want to, unless you just absolutely needed money fast.
Well, that's my thought too. Is if you need money that bad, you need to go get your job flipping burgers until you get a little surplus set up. Oh, I'm not doing it, Lag. I just was point of conversation this morning. Um, I just
It's
I
just
just
another
couldn't
money
understand why
grab by
somebody would
eBay.
want that.
eBay just trying to come up with creative ways to get more money out of their sellers.
Because let's say you're like Bridget and Todd, and y'all have like $3,000 in sales every day. Uh,
Not me, maybe Bridget.
if you wanted to get if you wanted to do the express payments on that, uh,
I get paid in 2 business days anyway. I don't, you know, you make the money like the money I make today will get paid on Saturday.
yeah,
Um,
that's
that's
like $45 out of that 3 grand that you pay.
hmm.
I mean, geez, people. So I was wondering, is anybody doing that? I think my listeners are too smart for that bullshit. But uh, I was just wondering.
I've
because
never heard of anybody
I'm
doing
not
that.
dealing with it, and
I listen to a lot of YouTube lives and stuff, and I've never heard of anybody doing that.
or they're too embarrassed.
In fact, you're probably the only one that's ever brought it up in a YouTube live that I've heard.
Where did that come from? Sorry, I just got an alert, and I don't know where it came from.
Yeah, I mean, there. Beth said she
Oh,
might do it if she suspected her account was going to get taken down, but Tom is seeking
I
validation
see
for
that.
bad decision.
Let me tell you what, the money that I make off of eBay does not affect my income one bit.
Oh, it affects my income, and it pays for. It paid for Alaska. It pays for a lot of stuff around here.
It's got y'all in the car riding.
My lifestyle would be quite a
Different.
bit quite a bit curtailed without eBay, especially since inflation has hit so hard the last 3 years. I mean, I can live on my teacher retirement, but and it would be tight. There wouldn't be any of this stuff of taking a big vacation to Italy or Alaska or adding to the retirement savings.
Right.
Yeah, none of that would be happening. Yeah, you too, Lag. I mean, it didn't pay for all of the Alaska trip because I spent a bunch of eBay money on other things. But I don't know. It's like, man, I don't. I'm used to the eBay money now. If I just quit selling, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be wondering how I'm gonna get some of the stuff that I want.
Right.
I mean, it
Beth,
pay. We spend a lot of money like on birthdays.
right.
Everybody goes out to eat together, so that's like a $250 bill. Um, then we got to have a present, so that's another 250 bucks. And then we got to have uh, travel to get to wherever the birthday celebration is, so that's 50 bucks worth of gas. Just stuff adds up.
Yeah, it does. Beth, I'm on, as soon as I can, I'm going to have some coffee cups made up that says it has my logo on one side, and on this other side it says "Let me tell you what," and I expect you to buy one. Oh, damn!
I
I
thought
thought you were on the road today to Ohio.
I've got shipping. My post office don't open till 8:30, so I've got those that I've got to go out. Those five got to go out. So she didn't want to get up early anyway. And she's like, "We get there too early. We can't check in the hotel. What are we gonna do?" I'm like, "All right, I live at the
Well,
mercy."
you're stopping. You're not driving all the way up there, are you? You're
Yeah,
stopping somewhere, aren't you?
we're just
she
gonna drive.
could.
It's only 6 hours.
Oh, okay.
They'll spend 4 hours at Bucky's.
Yeah. So after the show, someone who will remain nameless sent me a message saying that how you're always referring to Tom as looks like an old lady. Have you seen this person on YouTube and TikTok? I'm like, oh yeah. They said that's whenever you say that, this is what I think about. Have you seen the mad grandma on TikTok and YouTube?
No, I have not.
Oh my God, here we go. Motherfucker, $6 for that.
Fuck that shit. I need to get up this shitty litter.
Thank you. Thank you.
It'd be cheaper than damn toilet paper. But
All she does is, I mean, she cusses like a fucking sailor. She drops F-bomb at that. I mean, she's wildly popular. That video's got 300. I put it in Mad Grandma in the search. 313,000 likes on Mad Grandma.
74 for the damn.
She looks like my grandmother Hux.
Yeah.
But Scott, are you using the express payouts?
No. I do weekly payouts, and then if I decide it's too much and eBay, I start thinking Amazon conspiracies that eBay might keep it. You know, you see a video where they've held funds. I'm like, I just hit a request payout. I try not to let too much of it pile up, but I do weekly payouts. Usually I hit request in the middle once a week just to unload the account.
You're not getting daily payouts?
No. Josh does that, which is crazy because he'll be making comments like, well, I got a $40 payout. I don't want to, Jared, I don't think Jared wants to see like 20-some payouts a month on eBay.
Oh, yeah. Get over here and lay down. Well, since you're in here.
Yeah, see, Phil said that's your twin. I agree with Phil. That is your twin.
Yeah, y'all kiss my ass. That's all I got to say about it. Nobody's coming to my defense in the chat. Lag, where the hell are you at?
No, Lag said that's your other channel.
Okay. Yeah. He's such an asshole, too. Did you see the second GOP debate?
For what?
For president.
No, I didn't watch that stupidity.
Well, apparently, I didn't either, but I was looking through the highlights of the news notes. Apparently, they were all slamming Trump and Biden last night.
Ain't none of them got a chance in hell. I'm telling you right now, you want to know how to win it? You want to know how to win Trump for to win it? He goes to your state and robs North Carolina, and there's nobody beats. If you put Trump and Mark Robinson on the same ticket, there ain't nobody. Mark Robinson will deliver the black vote. Trump will that Trump doesn't already have. I'm telling you right now, they will crush Democrats.
You need to be an election consultant.
They're gonna trot out the old boy. They're gonna say, old boys need to go. I don't think Biden's gonna be alive during this time next year. But so I think what's going to happen is they're going to usher Biden off into the great rainbow bridge in the sky, and Kamala's going to be given a shit ton of money to go away. And, she's going to say she's stepping down for family reasons because they're going to give her $500 million or something stupid.
Who is?
Then Newsom is going to step in, and the golden boy Newsom with his shiny teeth. Yeah, he's coming back. He's going to rescue you like he's rescued California and turned it into a bigger shithole. And, Kennedy is going to go, well, then the hell with y'all. I'm running as an independent, and he's going to split the Democratic vote, and Trump's going to walk in. I'm telling you, Big Mike can't save him. Little Mike in the chat, Big Mike can't save him. If Kennedy goes independent and splits the Democrats off, they can't win. I mean, they can cheat, but how much cheating? I saw an interesting thing last night. Did you know that every state, all 50 of them, Trump won day of voting? So if you took all 50 states and it was just in-person voting, Trump won those. All 50, including California, including all of them. The opposite went true for mail-in voting. In mail-in voting, Biden won every single state in the mail-in voting ballots. Here's the difference. Do you know how many ballots? Okay, so there were 27 million mail-in votes in 2016. How many mail-in votes were in 2020?
I have no idea.
67 million. They over doubled the amount of mail-in votes to steal the election. Okay, so I'll give you 40% would have been up because if people were scared of COVID. I'll give you that much. But there's no way you go from 27 million to 67 million. I mean, there's
300%, 200%.
200%. There you go. See, Lack said he mailed all 27 of his in. So there you go.
Well, I mentioned that my mom, after my dad passed away, she called the election board to find out if he was still on the. No, she didn't. She stopped by there because she had to go to the probate court's office.
I follow a lot
She
of this
stopped
stuff.
by there to see if he was still on the voting list, and he was, but she showed him his death certificate, and they took him off right there while she was there.
You didn't like you got best quote up there, but you didn't put mine up there. What the hell? Your philosophy. I'll have a hamburger for which I'll gladly pay for you on Tuesday.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't do that. That's being in debt, and we don't do debt.
A house and this car when they're done.
Debt is bad.
Yeah, the car's down to. We're having to drive her car up there, by the way. So the yard sales are going to be late. So the battery and I went to start the van Monday and it didn't start. It didn't start yesterday afternoon. But the battery had 8 volts, but it was charging at like 13.2, which is 13.5 is usually a minimum for a functioning alternator. Turns out it's got a bad. After 221,000 miles, the voltage regulator finally died on the Toyota. So can't get it changed out in time. So we got to drive the Acura.
Well, you be going up there styling and profiling.
Yeah, I waxed it yesterday. It's gonna make sure I'm aerodynamic when I look down at that car. I'll be running 100. That car, you don't feel it. The van just kind of chugs along. You know how fast you're. That little bitty Acura, I'll look down and be running 100. I've already put the radar detector in there because I know I'm gonna need it.
Good morning, lady. Well, that's like Roberta's car. Her car, you get in that thing and get on the interstate with it, and you will be running 90 miles an hour in a 70 mile an hour speed zone and not even realize it. She's like, well, put on the damn cruise control.
I'll have to put on cruise because each key is set up for who's driving.
Right.
So when Joni gets in there, the little green light on the dash lights up. She's in economy mode. She's like, I'm going to get as much gas mileage as I can. When it starts with my key, the little thing's red. It's in sport mode. I'm like,
well, maybe you ought to use her key.
Yeah, right.
I'm
like, it's like somebody. I'll get in there. I'm like, it's like somebody's got the brakes on this thing. Wait a minute, sport.
The only thing I don't like about these cars, the Mazdas, my son's got Toyotas, is they're just so light feeling. I want a 1977 Crown Victoria. I want some damn weight to it.
Yeah, my first car was a 73 LTD. Oh my God, that had some American steel in it. The bumper weighed more than her Acura.
Yeah, I might have told the story before. When I was young, my dad had a client that collected 1940 Cadillacs, and he would buy them and restore them. A lady ran out in front of him. This would have been like 74, 75. A lady ran out in front of him, and he just about cut that daggone Mercedes in half with that tank. It totaled her Mercedes, but all it did was, those old cars, they had the little rubber nipple looking thing on the bumpers. It knocked one of those off. That's it.
Yeah, my mother had a 98 truck, a 98 step side GMC when the last year they made the true step side.
Right.
And she had spent $5,000 to have it restored because she bought it new. And this was in 2013 or 14. And she's like, go with me down to Myrtle Beach. And so we carried her camper down there because she wanted to use it because down to Florida. She had never used a camper before. So I pulled the camper down to Florida. And we did thrift stores and all that stuff while we were down there. And some son of a bitch in a Ford Ranger pulled out in front of me in that thing. And that truck still had a lot. And even in the late 90s, still had a lot. I hit that thing so hard that it at the intersection, there was a gas station. It was on the other side of the gas station. I hit him, no brakes, right in the damn passenger. If there'd have been a passenger, I'd have killed him. One of those where they just, I guess, how do you don't see a full-size white truck coming right at you? But could have been distracted. Could have been what it never. He said he never saw it. I mean, it had daytime running lights, which is makes it even easier to see. That,
Um,
that was hard to take though when she spent so much money to fix that truck and it was gone and gone in 60 seconds.
and they didn't want to pay her nothing.
She was able to prove that she had just done all that, so they gave her a little extra, but not much.
I'm telling you, we have not had Roberta, I've never had, well, I did have one car accident and it was my fault, sort of. But Roberta's been in 3, and none of them have been her fault. People have pulled across in front of her, run red lights, all that kind of stuff. And the last time they totaled our minivan.
Yeah, I've been in 3. One was my fault.
And all they wanted, they gave her the money. And I'm not wanting to get millions off of this, but you know what? They gave us what the van was valued at. They paid the rental charge. They paid all our medical bills, which we had to pay back to the insurance, and we got like $1,500. The next time, if somebody that pulls across in front of us or runs into us like that, and it's not our fault,
put me in a neck collar, give me a cane.
I'm going to fall out of that damn front seat going, "Don't touch me! Call an ambulance!" And when in pain, call Shane.
You're gonna be doing the Fred Sanford.
Yeah,
I'm coming to get you.
I'm serious. I'm just going to let an attorney take care of it because it was a hassle in the first place.
I think I go whip Nash.
So,
yeah, that's the only time I've ever hit an airbag. Those things, I mean, they're better than the steering wheel.
Yeah. Did you see where the FTC is after Amazon?
It's about time.
Uh,
I guess Amazon ain't greasing up palms and pissed somebody off that somebody didn't get their payment, the check bounced, so here they come.
They're treating their sellers and buyers unfairly.
We already knew that. How many times I got to tell y'all that?
You know, I can see the seller part, but buyers on Amazon. Good morning, Mr. Sadie. Buyers on Amazon don't give a shit how much it costs. They want it now.
Yep, and then Amazon and their, I think the thing that probably really triggered it for the pricing mechanisms is hiding the buy box. They treat that based on it's high price errors or it's straight up price fixing. You can't. It's nothing else. You can't say that we're doing it to protect the consumer. No, it's price fixing. You're not allowing an item to be sold for what the market value says it is. It's price fixing. Plain and simple.
So
there is no such thing as all those. Okay, so I'll give it. If you're selling water in a hurricane area and you're charging 10 times, that should be
right.
But anything else where it's not a necessity. If somebody wants to buy this thing right here for $100, I should be able to sell it to them for $100.
Well, I saw on somebody's channel where they were talking about somebody in their neighborhood or their town was selling hand sanitizer on eBay, and they shut their listing down because they were scalping, and the people were selling it basically 50 cents over what they paid for it because they were just trying to help. They were trying to help people get stuff over around the country.
About 6 weeks ago, I tried to sell a hand sanitizer dispenser, and it was taken down. They still got all those stupid rules in place.
No, this is not a debate focus group, Mr. Sadie. I was just asking Scott if he saw it because that was one of the headlines. They were apparently after Biden and Trump.
I don't trust any of them.
If you trust any politician, you're not right in the head. There is a movie, and I can't remember what it was.
Larry, I would not piss on them if they were on fire.
And the guy's got a lollipop in his lollipop, and he's like, you don't trust politicians because they're kissing babies and they're stealing their lollipops at the same time.
Yeah, Biden's kissing babies and filling them up in the crotch.
Yeah. Yeah, Todd is his desk is always so neat.
Because you don't see the whole thing.
I guess because a maid comes in and tidies it up for him.
You just called Gwen the maid? Is that what I heard? You just called Gwen a maid?
Oh, Lord, no. She'll come to Texas. She'll get on the plane and come to North Carolina and whoop my ass.
I saw a meme. You're supposed to put your wife's picture in the kitchen and put employee of the month on the caption. You can get big trouble around here doing that.
I say I live life on the edge. Y'all, you old guys.
Shit, the floor. 347.
Damn, Angry. I don't have my phone out here. I guess. Do I have Instagram logged in out here? Yeah.
She will. I saw that picture of her on Instagram yesterday. She's all dressed up. She'll put your ass on the road and find her somebody that can keep her up better.
See, this is the kind of shit Johnny gets. Like, she'll send me pictures of an old couple. They died within a few days of each other. They went out holding hands after 70 years, and then I'll send her one that says, "They say that sex is the best form of exercise. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but 2 minutes and 15 seconds once every 3 months ain't going to shift a beer belly."
Oh, y'all hang on. Hang on. Good morning, Sally.
Good morning.
Sally!
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Doing good.
And then I sent her this guy here. He's got all these good quotes. Things I want to spread: peanut butter, Nutella, butter, your cheeks.
Okay.
Every time, I'm sure every time he sees an Instagram notification, she probably cringes at what I sent her next.
For those that don't know, Sally is one of the original founders of the morning show.
That's right.
How are things up? How are things up there in Michigan?
Well, I missed you guys too. Hey, lag.
She's got a hoodie on. That's all you need to know. But she's in winter mode.
You haven't got snow yet, have you?
No, no.
Next week.
We're not saying the S word at this time.
Well, I was watching on the new. There's like all these news people on, weather people on YouTube now, and I was looking at them, and they're all coming up basically with the same thing, and it seems like y'all are going to have cold, dry weather up where you're at, and we're going to have wet, cold weather where we're at. Like it could be one of the coldest, precipitous weathers in.
I don't know what it's gonna do. I really don't know what it's gonna do. It's acting like it's gonna be warm for like the next week and a half,
right?
And so it's gonna go from like 76 to 72 to 81. And then it's gonna dip down all the way to 57. That's gonna be our high. So it's gonna get crazy, I think.
82. You'll be going to the store in your bikini, won't you? It's
80?
We've had 76. We've had some highs of like 76 here.
Shut up, lag. My eBay is I've been busy all summer.
She's in love. Everything else has gone to hell.
No, I did not dump my boyfriend yet. No.
At least there's hope you said yet.
Huh?
There's hope you said yet.
She ain't gonna dump him. His tractor is too sexy.
Tractor.
He actually he had a tractor for like a long time that he wanted to get fixed, and he just barely got a new motor put in it and painted it. It's red. It's like super red. And yeah, he has a tractor and he has chickens now. He's like slowing up a little bit, but he's turning into like a farmhand.
So when you say a tractor, you're talking about a real tractor, not
He went from biker to farmhand since I've been with him. So I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
so you're going to do like a profile picture for your YouTube channel. I don't know what it's called. It's the old farmer and his wife. He's standing there with a pitchfork. Y'all going to do one of those?
That lady that is in that picture, that is not his wife. That is actually his daughter.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That
I
doesn't
know.
make it
I
better.
just learned that like last week.
That doesn't make it better.
I know. 'Cause she is like, so she doesn't have any color to her face at all. No lag. No.
No.
I mean, it doesn't mean I can't come on the show more and stuff like that. I need to. I do need to.
Are you still working at the store?
Yeah, and I've just been working crazy hours and stuff too. So like today it was halfway decent. I only had to work 8 hours.
Right.
Tomorrow I only have to work 8 hours, but on the weekend I have to work 11 and then 11. And so it's
But y'all,
and we've been doing that like all summer. We've been working crazy hours.
I know generally where you're at. Are y'all getting any kind of pushback or being affected by the strikes up there or anything like that? Do y'all have a lot of people that work for the?
I've heard about like the union strikes and stuff like that,
Right.
but and I know that one of our plants is Lear,
Right.
which they make GM parts, and I might, and so
They make jets.
they they make those GM parts, and I think they have a it's so weird because week they'll be working overtime, and then the next week they'll be, okay, we're laying everybody off, or these people get put off for a while, and they have to take some vacation or whatever.
Right.
So thanks, Jennifer.
Yeah,
I'm really
Sally's wasting away.
this sweatshirt is like super huge on me, but it's super warm, and so that's why I wear it a lot. But
Your boy's doing good?
yeah, he's at work right now. Yeah.
You got
Really
two, don't you?
Yeah, my oldest, he lives down in Grand Rapids. Still yet with his girlfriend. So no, he's doing good though.
Well, good.
Yeah.
But you're up in what they call, is it Upper Peninsula or something, up in that neck of the woods? You're at the north end of the state, aren't you?
No, I'm right smack in the middle of the Lower Peninsula.
Oh, okay. I thought you were way up there on the upper part.
Hi, Summer. Yeah, I'm. If you have your
Right.
if you do this, I'm right there, like
Okay.
like in the middle,
Okay.
right there.
Talk to the hand.
Mhm.
So is your boyfriend? Is he setting him up a farm?
You know what? He is, with how crazy the government and all that is
Right.
right now. He is just he's hoping for Trump,
All right.
and he's sick of everything that's happening in the government, and it's basically making him to where he just doesn't feel like he can there's no security in the
Right.
government. Absolutely none. So he's just kind of trying to prepare himself just in case something happens, to where if, the world goes to shit more
He's
than it already is,
he's just prepping
um,
for it.
yeah, he's preparing.
Well, that's what people's got to be doing. I keep telling these yahoos on here, especially Lag, he needs to get out of his basement and go buy a case of pinto beans so at least him and his mom can have pinto beans. But he won't get out of the basement.
You know, if that's where he feels comfortable, then
Yeah.
maybe that's the best place for him. I know a lot of people who should live in their basement and never come out.
Right.
Well, Scott's given, since you said your boyfriend's for Trump, you got Scott's vote of approval now. 'Cause
Well,
he must not be too bad. Because
he may
he's our
Y'all, y'all got bigger problems than that. Y'all got that fucking idiot Gretchen Whitmer.
yeah, she is a fucking idiot.
I mean, the Democratic communists have used Detroit to steal elections in that state for. You'll never convince me that what's the black guy who ran for y'all Senate and Jones. You'll never convince me he didn't win. He had the same thing Trump did. Him and Trump both did the same thing. They got to here, and the two Democrats went straight up. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And, it's everything is just so up in the air right now with all of them. It's just you can't trust anything that anybody's saying. Even like, there's people that make videos online every day about news stories and stuff like that. And like, have you guys heard of this thing that's supposed to happen on October 4th?
mm-mm.
Okay. So there's
yeah,
have you heard of it, Scott?
yeah, the conspiracies around the test for the
Oh,
and the one that's supposed to happen first is I heard one last night that whenever the government gets doesn't get funded on by Saturday, by Monday that the dollar is going to be worthless and it's all the plan and it's going to be
No,
all the correction is going to happen, all that crazy.
that's not what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. The test, all the broadcast, all the phones, and all the everything is supposed to go nuts.
Yes. Yeah. And they're
yeah.
telling people to shut their power down and shut the internet off to their houses, shut down their phones and put them in the microwave, and do all this stuff so that the government can't get control of your information. Basically, the government's going to have all this control over your information, and they're going to know everything about you. And I'm like,
Everybody carries their phone to the bathroom. They track your bowel movements and everything else. They can tell you whether you're regular or not. They can tell you all this stuff.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they can do that, then they can get it anytime that they want to.
All right, I have to go stick the cattle
You
prod
know,
in Joni and
it's
get
not
going.
it's not going to just be this one day. You
All
know.
right.
Well,
Scott,
I,
y'all be careful going up there now.
See y'all in Cincinnati.
The Ohio people are going to be waiting for you at the state line.
They better bring some guns because I damn sure am.
Are radical right
I'm
there. Well, I'm glad that everything's going up good up there for you, Sally.
yeah. Yeah, everything's been really good. I've just been, trying to keep the house together and keep my business. I'm still selling stuff. It's just super slow for me right now, and I know what I have to do.
And you're just not
I
doing it.
just don't want to do it.
That's it.
Yeah, it's just yeah, they already know everything about me too, Beth. I mean, if anybody looks on my phone, like my banking stuff is there. I mean, I you have to put in a password and all that, of course, but all my stuff is there, and so it's really no big surprise. It's really, really not that big of a difference, I think. But they're saying, you should turn off your power and, not have any power to your house. And
How long is it supposed to last, this test?
yeah, it's supposed to be like, how they first remember when they first started doing like um they had a test to connect everybody's phones so that they could send you Amber Alerts and
Right.
stuff, and saying that if there was an emergency throughout the government or throughout the United States, that they could contact people, and they're saying that it's supposed to be like that, but I haven't heard anything from like the government
Right.
on this. It's supposed to be a secret.
Like, is that the reason why he's told the truth there now? That's the reason he never leaves the basement, because of his ankle bracelet.
Oh, that makes sense, Lag. You're under house arrest. Makes
He's been on under house arrest for like 30 years now, I think. It's, before I forget it,
I guess you're first in line now, huh, Mr. Sadie? Since I'm not Todd's favorite anymore.
You'll still be my favorite.
Oh, okay. Ha ha. How you feeling, Toddy?
I'm a little better.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually got out and mowed yesterday.
Wow.
and the day before that, he was hacking up lungs. So
Wow.
almost,
Yeah, it's
when
been
I
pretty
tell
rough.
when I tell Roberta that you were out cutting grass yesterday, she'll be messaging Gwen, "What the hell's wrong with our old men? They never listen."
Wow.
It's before I forget it, don't forget the end of the month, the end of the quarter's coming up. So if you haven't used your coupon, be sure and use it to get your shipping supplies.
So is it October we're supposed to get more?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, October, November. Yeah, for the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Please, baby, you really owe my last nerve this morning.
I'm sorry,
Not
Todd.
you, Sally. This baby.
Wow.
She just wants to be in my everything this morning. I tried to go to the bathroom, and she
Which
was.
one is that?
This is Roxy. This is my little girl.
Roxy. That's great.
Cole, he's up there in the cat tree that I've got 4 cinder blocks sitting on the bottom of it, so he can't turn it over because he weighs 17 and a half pounds.
Oh my gosh.
He's like a black panther. I tell everybody that he's a miniature panther. And Pumpkin, that's the Roxy's litter mate. They're the same age. He's asleep in his box on the foot of Sergei's bed. So you going to go try and see the ladies today, Todd?
There's my baby.
Oh yeah,
Pretty. She reminds me of Willow. You know who Willow is?
Yeah.
The three Southern cats and Mama, something like that.
Hmm. This is Paul. Yeah,
Um,
he's a good kitty.
so you going to go visit your girlfriends today, Todd? See
Oh
if you
yeah.
can pick up a little something to sell.
Hmm.
Because I know you're running out of stuff.
Yep.
You know, when Bridget says she's running low on stuff, I believe her because she's like, I filled up this dadgum transit van this past weekend and it's got to be listed because I got another one to go on Sunday.
Yeah.
So she's listing all week. Todd buys a bunch of stuff and he's like, well, I guess I should get it listed. Which I am the same way too. I found two more boxes of bicycle parts I haven't listed. So I'm gonna try and get that done this week. Hopefully, these rich bicyclers will be buying their.
No lag. I got him from the shelter, and they nicknamed him, or they named him Paul after Paul Bunyan because they found him at the top of a pine tree.
Oh wow!
The firefighters had to go rescue him.
It's been years ago. My mother-in-law had this cat, and he went up in the top of a tree, and he wouldn't come down. So my uncle-in-law, uh, my mother-in-law's brother, he brings his tree stand. You know, when them climbing tree stands, and he's about 2/3 up the way of that tree with that tree stand, and it was a tall, big tree. He's about 2/3 of the way up over it, and my sister-in-law's husband and I kept saying, "Just wait, he will come down. When he gets tired of sitting up there, he will come down." Anyway, he's 2/3. My uncle-in-law was up about 2/3 up the way up that tree, and all of a sudden the cat notices he's coming, and the cat jumps from that tree to another tree, to another tree, to another tree, and each time he would jump, he was lower on the tree. So by the time my uncle-in-law got back down to the ground, the cat was up in my mother-in-law's arms. She was consoling him. They can get down. Now these cats have. Well, we found Cole outside, and I brought him in the house because I was scared the hawks would get him because
Yeah.
he is a little tiny thing. And these two have never been outside. They've
Oh.
always been inside cats. So they still have all the little fur between their pads on their feet and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And this one here she sleeps between Roberta. She's got a pillow, her princess pillow, between Roberta's pillow and my pillow on the bed. So that just shows you how spoiled they are. But then again, Scott's dogs are just as spoiled, and Todd's dogs are just as
Yeah.
spoiled, and Bridget's cat just as spoiled. Everybody loves their baby, especially the older set. A good pet or another child. Let's go with
Yeah.
pet.
Yeah.
Oh God, another child would kill me.
My buddy, I have a buddy that's my age, and he's got a 6-year-old daughter. I asked him what the hell he was thinking. He says, I wasn't. It was the margaritas in the Bahamas. He and his first wife passed away, and his sons are all like in their late 20s, early 30s.
Oh.
And his wife passed away from cancer, and he got married again, and she didn't have any kids, and you know they went to the Bahamas to a convention, and ha ha, surprise, surprise. But his boys love her, and he says you better love her because you might end up having to raise her. I just if I had to take care of my grandkids, if I had grandkids, that would be one thing. But I don't.
One of your kids got married, didn't he?
Yeah, Vanya got married November a year ago.
How's that going?
It seems to be going good. They're both working and both going to school for their master's degrees. So
Good. Good.
I think they have. They're so busy they don't have time to fight. Because they work.
That helps.
She's a nurse, and she works 12-hour days.
Oh yeah. That definitely helps.
And then he's a lab tech, and because he's on a schedule, so he can go to. Well, he's not a lab tech; he's a lab scientist. Uh, Apparently, that's a big difference, and that's a big deal. Anyway, because he works long shifts too, so he can go to school. So I just don't think they have had time to fight or any of that kind of stuff because working on their master's degree in school and doing homework and all that kind of stuff. And
Yeah. Too busy.
yeah, that's it. Hey, Mike, how are you? I know you've been in here a while. Let's see, I'm adopting a family of 5 cats, feral one's mom, and 4 kittens. Uh, that's why we've got one outside, and he'll stay outside until I find a house worth about 2,000 more square feet. But he would come in the house. I mean, I have to shoo him away from the door. I think he was somebody's house cat that they abandoned.
Mm.
So if we move, we'll take him with. Because I've checked him to see if he's chipped, and he's not chipped. And just for y'all to know, you can download an app for your phones that you can see that if they're chipped or not.
You know what? When Paul got out the first time and I couldn't find him, I know that he had a because all of them at the shelter that get adopted out,
Right.
they microchip them while they neuter them,
Right.
you know. And so I asked them, can you like see his location? And they said, oh no, it's when we say that they're microchipped, it just means that if somebody loses them, like if you lost them, then somebody could bring a cat to the shelter and see if it's your cat or not.
Right. Yeah, that's all it is. Just
They can't
contact information.
they can't pin location. I mean, I know that there's like certain tags that you can get, like an Apple tag and stuff
Yeah.
like that, to where you can do that.
The lady across the street, her cat's got her collar on. Actually, she's got a harness on because she won't stand the collar, and it's got her rabies tag on it, and it's got a Apple tag, whatever they're called, hanging on it.
Yeah. Yeah. That way she can pinpoint its location with her phone. And then she doesn't have to go through a whole bunch of channels. That's kind of what I want, but I don't have Apple.
Yeah.
I just have Android. But I'm sure there's something else I could probably find that would work. They got all kinds of stuff now.
Well, I'm under the impression or the feeling that if you live in the city like we do, your cats shouldn't be wandering around. They should be house cats.
Oh yeah, and like especially here, like I don't think there should be cats outside either. But Sadie is chipped.
Mrs. Sadie has an air tag hanging around his neck, so she knows where he's at all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, but like there's just too many wild animals here,
Yeah.
that really cats don't need to just be out wandering around. Here a couple months ago, I had a rabbit. Not that I chose to own, but he wanted to call himself mine. I seen him around the neighborhood just hopping from one place to another, wasn't bothering anybody. Huge rabbit, probably about as big as my cat. When he sprawled his legs out and stuff, he was about as big as my cat. And so seeing him, he was under my picnic table, just laying, trying to get out of the sun. I'm like, that's cool. And then the next day, I walk outside and he had tunneled a tunnel in my garden. Like he was trying to like if I walked towards him, he would let me get about 2 feet from him and then he would take off running. Or hopping or whatever you want to call it. But when he when he knew that I was walking towards him, he dove in that tunnel and he was about, I'd say, 4 feet down. There was a huge hole. And so I called the shelter. They didn't really want to do nothing with it. She's like, oh, I seen somebody put on Facebook that they were missing a bunny and all this stuff. And so got in touch with her. She came and looked at it. It wasn't her bunny. And then I kept putting pictures of it on Facebook and stuff. And one lady said, well, I have a place for it. I'm going to come get it. I'm like, okay, come on. He's tearing up my garden.
Was
Come
it the
get
same people that picked up the aquarium?
Aquarium.
That was one of your best stories, Sally, was people carrying an aquarium down the street in front of your house.
Yeah, I wasn't gone for 19 years, Mr. Sadie.
The guy I was just talking about that has the 6-year-old little girl, they have a house bunny, and I'm talking about a rabbit, not from Playboy lag. Before you say anything, his oldest son was allergic to cats and dogs, and so they got him a bunny, and they've just that one passed away, and they've gotten more over the years, and it's trained just like a cat. It has a litter box it goes to. They feed it like a regular house pet. He sleeps up on the bed with, he sleeps on the bed with his little girl. But until his little girl came along, the bunny slept on the bed with him and his wife. What's
It's
Playboy?
ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I mean, I guess it's not because, like, if you look at it as I mean, Paul's one of my kids. That's how I kind of have to
Yeah,
look at it. Paul's one of my kids, and then I got 2 Chihuahuas that are my kids too. And and so that's just how it is. But I guess if you have a bunny, then it'd be like one of your kids.
and this is not like one of these fancy $5,000 bunnies. This is a bunny that they went to and they had a litter to a bunny farm or whatever you want to call them,
Oh yeah.
and got one of those and took him to the vet and had his shots and all that kind of stuff. And or actually, it's a her had her fixed when she got old enough, and I mean that those bunnies live the life of these cats around here. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
and people have had I've seen YouTube videos where people have like miniature horses that live in the house. My sister-in-law had a miniature pig that ended up growing to be 325 pounds.
Yep, that's nothing.
Somebody shot them
Furniture.
it's supposed to be one of those little pot belly ones. This sucker was this tall. Uh, it would come in it would want to go outside. It slept in the house in the closet. They had him a bed in there, and he would come in and sleep in this closet. And then in the morning he'd want to go out, so they'd let him go out. And then when he came back in, he would lay down beside Kevin's chair, and he'd get up and eat and that kind of stuff. not very active.
You're so funny, Mr. Satan.
But I just, the joke was, how's the miniature pig doing? And he was a big old hog. He wasn't no pig, he was a hog. An HAWG.
Yeah.
A hog. Sounds like your first wife? Bad. I don't want the first wives clubs to start spamming my channel now. Texas. All right. It's 10:05. I got to get out of here. I got a crap load of stuff to do today. Thank you, Sally, for coming in. You're always
Yeah,
welcome.
Sally. It's good to see
Anytime.
you. You're a lot prettier than Tom.
Yeah. They've been making fun of me all week. Scott has. I think he's kind of fixated on me.
Sally, did you know Tom is a pianist now?
I am not. Have you heard that? What that's all about, Sally? Okay, I was over on Scott's channel, and John was online, and he was sitting at his desk, and behind him was a really nice looking house. There's a baby grand piano back over here, and I just said, John, do you or your wife play the piano? That's a nice piano you got back there. And they all laughed about it. That was a freaking that was a fucking green screen behind him. So now everybody and their brother is talking about, they're making fun of me. And all of a sudden, everybody had the same picture behind them.
Oh my God.
And so now that even John, who I really don't know, we've talked to, in Scott's channel, I really don't know. Even he gives me hell about it. Even there's a chat that's set up, a different chat that he's in, and when I post a morning show in it, he's like, "Are you going to play this piano this morning?" So that's the joke about the piano player. And I do play the piano. I don't have one handy. We're thinking about moving. If we do, we'll have a place for my piano, and I'm going to go in there and I'm going to set up a damn camera beside the piano, and I'm going to start off a show by playing a piano.
Nice.
Just to shut them up.
That's funny.
I am not a penis, Mr. Sadie. I have one, but I am not one. Unless you're trying to say pianist. Anyway, I got to get out of here. But like I said, Sally, anytime you want to come in here, you're always, always welcome.
All right.
Todd?
Yeah.
Todd's on the iffy list at times.
Good seeing you, Todd.
He's walked away again.
Oh, I see.
Oh, he's turned his head. No, I see his hand. He's just got his headset
Hi,
turned out.
Sally. I love you.
Okay, guys.
Take care of yourself.
Come over to Todrick's channel tomorrow. The Silver Hair Stacker.
Yep.
And I try to put everybody's links to their channels in the description. So if you're ever looking for somebody's channel, check out the description.
Hi, Bumpcrack.
Sorry, Lag. I've got a bunch of things I got to get done for her this morning. Plus, I need to get the listing done. Because I'm going to be gone for 10 days in December, and I need to get everything done before then. So, anyway, y'all have a great day.
You too.
Bye y'all.
Bye.